Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and it was very productive. So, I definitely wanted to just come on here and just share some great information with you guys on today as it relates to what's happening in the news. Yes, let's talk about what's happening in the news. Um, as you know, in my subject matter, we're talking about Kroger, one of the largest, or if not the largest, grocery chain, who's deciding to shut down some of its stores. And this could be inciting, quite a few things that's happening, you know, in in our economy. So I want to definitely want to share that with you and let's talk about it. Okay. And then I got some other news in reference to there was an article that went out here recently. Okay, wow, it just kicked me out like that. Wow, it just kind of kicked me out like that. All right, so let's get back to it. We're looking at we're looking at we're looking at the fact that there's so much happening. Of course, you just heard me say that Kroger, the large grocery store chain, is going to be closing some of its doors. And we're going to talk about that article here in just a sec. So I want to share the article with you guys so you can understand and really just how to position yourself in a way where you can actually start to think about ways of how to invest your money, where to invest it, what to do during these times, um, how to make adjustments. I mean, you can't take this. You can't take this stuff lightly. You definitely have to have some plans put in place, and you don't want to doing things at the very last minute where it kind of disqualifies you. So I'm just saying, never disqualify yourself for something that you actually qualify for. And that's what we're going to be talking about today here on this live. So I'm going to be sharing my screen and I'm going to be sharing this article. All right, so there was this article. It actually came out a couple of days ago. It was talking about the grocery store Kroger has decided to close some of its stores. And this closure is kind of is I mean, it's kind of is really important. So on here, it says that in this particular article, it says that if you have been impacted by the recent retail apocalypse, consider yourself, I don't like that word, but I consider yourself fortunate. But over the last few years, companies have been hit hard by a number of challenges. Of course, COVID, pandemic, and now you got supply chain issues, you got labor and shortages. Now you have the rising cost of inflation, and to add, insult to injury, now you have the interest rates that have decided to take and hike as well by 75 basis points. So, um, as a result, even some of the most established locations around the U.S. to shutter some of its stores nationwide. Now, it looks like from the looks of it, it is starting this month actually. So Kroger has decided to shut down some of its stores starting August. So basically, what they're saying is we're already seeing some movement by this with some of the other grocery store chains like Whole Foods, which is owned by Amazon. Purchased Whole Foods back in 2017, and now we're starting to see that there's a possibility that they're actually closing down some stores as well. Let's see. Sprout Farmers Markets. Wow. And even in, this is interesting. Lidl, which is pretty much a brand new grocery store chain that actually started moving and creating locations in different areas, that they're also closing some of their stores. Now, I'm not sure. Um, and I think this is going to be kind of nationwide. There's going to be some stores closing, from these grocery store chains nationwide. So they're saying that the store has lost significant profit for many years, and it left open the losses that are projected to get even worse going forward. So this comes into what I want to talk about, because here recently there's also been an article that came out where the Black Farmers Association also had a meeting with Joe Biden to basically talk about possible food shortages. Now, guys, with the grocery stores closing and there's possible food shortages, this is the reason why I can't really talk about, some of the things that we can do to safeguard ourselves, because that not only affects jobs, it also affects, those individuals who are not necessarily in the food industry, but you have to purchase food. You have to purchase sustainable meats, groceries, things to feed your family, to put food on the table. And this is also your way of life, your health, where you get your health, where you get your nourishment from. So it's interesting that these things are happening, and with these things lightly. So I'm looking for that article that talks about the Black Farmers Association, I'm sorry, meeting with President Biden. Okay. So those are just, these are just some important information I want to share with you so that you can stay ahead and stay abreast if you're not the type of person that um that is like into news for whatever reason, that don't really like the news, because it could be and yes, news can be very, very depressing, but I understand also in the sense that even if it is maybe depressing for others, information is key. And information is very vital to, how survive um, during this. Got it. Okay, during this our time, the season of our lives. So I'm gonna stop sharing here. See this as well. Black Farmers Association. So let me share this article with you. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna share this article with you. All right. Fox News. Okay. So this actually out on this article went out earlier, and how it talks about the gentleman who's actually over the Black Farmers Association recently had a meeting with President Joe Biden to let them know that we are definitely headed for a food shortage. So let's see if I watch this video. Let's see if we can do this. And basically, I think what he had to say is the fact that you're sending resources and supplies for foreign aid when there is a huge crisis here with food prices soaring for the American population. And I think of actually there's a there could be a food shortage here. Let me see. Hopefully we can watch this. Let's see. If not, then we see if we can just read the article and see what it has to say. But it's definitely important for anybody to know. Let's see if we can watch it. Let's see if we can just live to see what he has to say. If not, then we might have to just go ahead and move forward. Because it might take some time. It might take some time. This is it's taking some time. Let's see if I can find anything else. However, we'll just read this little we'll read Okay, wow. This is we'll just have to I'm gonna have to start this broadcast. I had to do this again. Somehow I was kicked out. So I will reconvene and I'll do this over. See you back soon.